I have a question for I have a question for the couple. And before I ask that question, you guys that are not the couple, think of one question that you want to ask them too.
Hey, I'm ready.
Here's my question for the couple. So, out of all those advices that they gave you from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the ones that they are still giving you now, which one did you listen to, or which one is your favorite amongst them? Because I know when they were giving Bell some of those advices, just his facial expression just told me that nothing was going in his ears. So, Bell and Siri, which one did you guys listen to, and which one was your best out of all the advices? And you guys cannot give the same answer. Ladies first. Mama, go ahead.
So, if anyone had to start giving an advice and calls me Suru, I don't hear anything you were saying. After calling me Siri, my name is Suru, not Siri. So once you say Siri, it's just like, okay, you're not talking to me. However, the best advice I got was from my brother, my older brother. After everyone had given their advice and said what they had to say, oh, cook for your husband all the time, don't let your husband go hungry, they made it feel like it's you, the woman, it's your duty to you, right? The best advice I got, he said, filter it. It's not always you in the kitchen. Let these parents not make you feel like your husband cannot cook. He does have to cook for you. He does have to treat you like a queen, because if you treat him like a king, he will treat you like a queen. So you don't have to be in the kitchen all the time. Your husband will give you a treat, because there will be that day when you come back from work, you're tired. Or before you even get back, he has cooked for you. You won't eat because your husband cooked. You're going to eat. So he said, just filter it and take what you have to take, that I will let you know that you don't have to be in the kitchen all the time. Your husband too has to cook for you.
Right on. Luckily, you have a husband who actually knows his way around the kitchen. Swear daddy.
Oh, ding dong. Ask him to make that say.
Please don't talk about you. You call yourself chef, but I've never seen you by the kitchen side.
Who taught him how to make that say?
Not you. Anyway, Belle, what's your own advice that you listen to, or your favorite advice out of the 1,000 advices that were given to you?
I mean, so nothing that was said was new. I think for the most part, everything that was said, over the course of the weekend are things that have been said before. People always want to talk about how they have 10 years experience in, whether it's marriage or it's work or whatever it is. But I think at the end of the day, the most important thing that we all have to understand about the wedding is, or marriage, is that once you get married, you're one, right? Because the very next morning, when we woke up, my phone was on 2%. Her phone had died, and I know people had been calling me. So I went to post a WhatsApp status. I typed, "I'm awake. I will call you guys later." Backspace, backspace, backspace. "We are awake. We'll call you guys later." So that's just one of the things, right? As once you get married, it's more about we versus I. So I think that's something that I already know, but people did bring it up, right? Like now that is going to be, you're thinking for two, you're doing things for two people. It's not just going to be always about you.
Right on. It's like you're already learning, though. I mean, you have always been a smart guy. Let your head not get big now. You have always been a smart guy, but it's like you are doing good at it. So let's just move on before your head starts getting big. Anyway, Chef Carl, you were excited when I talked about finding a question that you wanted to ask the couple. So why don't you lead the way?
Bro, I was not ready, or I was just joking. So that was reverse psychology, but it did not work. Damn. What I asked. Okay, I can ask something simple. How does it feel like being like, I know you expressed that you guys never lived together before, right? What's the difference now? How does it feel to be able to wake up next to next to each other, like sharing each other's space on a continuous basis? I think it's been what, 2 weeks now? Yeah, how does it feel? What's the difference? Is it
When-
annoying yet?
Is it what?
Is it annoying? Like, has he annoyed you yet?
No, and I pray it doesn't. It's fun because, like you said, it's like two coming together as one, and you get that partner that, how can I put it? You get that friend. Living alone or waking up alone, you wake up alone, you pray alone, but now you're living with somebody. It's like, I'm now a strong believer. When two or more are gathered, God is there. It's not like when one person is there, God is not there. God is there, but like God is there now. Because the prayers intensify, you push one another, and if it's one thing, I'm happy that even through the stress, the tiredness, we still get to push one another. We still get to do things together. And I love waking up next to you. And I just love it.
Aww.
Right on.
Aww.
Right on. Mabel, what you got? What's your question to the queen and the bride?
I mean, like, I don't want to ask questions like the one Carson asked. My question is for Belle, actually. And I'm surprised none of you actually said, that was one of your best moments for the wedding. But, like, Belle, did you write your wedding vows before, or you just freestyle in front of that church?
That was freestyle, man.
Dude, you did good.
That was freestyle. Actually, people know that I'm a writer, so I actually wrote them a long time ago. I just haven't posted it because I'm lazy and I had to update it after the wedding. But
Anyway.
What she said, I just went with it and I freestyled it.
I think you both did good, but like what got me with Belness is like I think Suru said like that she's ready for like the next journey, and Belna was like, she's ready now. I've been ready, and I was like, damn man, that was good. That was good.
I'm telling you, it was trending over Twitter.
See,
Bro,
I've
was
been
saying-
ready.
Twitter.
Bell is dropping bars like with his vows. It was trending. It was
Cindy
mad.
said Twitter.
Twitter.
Cindy said Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Twitter.
Say it now. Say it.
It's Twitter.
Twitter.
Awesome.
Twitter.
All right.
The
one
ER
question.
is silent.
Is the logo in UK still the bird, or is it something else? Because Twitter and Twitter are definitely two different things.
No, because the ER is silent. Because water, you say water, but it's water because it's silent.
No, we say water.
You say water.
Interesting.
We don't say water, we say water.
Anyway, Nadia, what's your question for the bride or for the groom? Or for them, the two of them?
Question is about the honeymoon. Why are you guys still here? What is going on? Let us know about honeymoon moves. Hello.
So, unlike most couples, our honeymoon was actually in January. So, don't be asking us about honeymoon because we already honeyed the moon.
Why?
Mama.
When
Really
the
honey
next
in the moon. The way you guys are just playing with words. Me, I'm even getting confused. Time is good.
But I'm kind of hoping they'll come to Europe for like the second honeymoon though.
It's the second honeymoon.
Ask for the rest of us.
It's not a
because
thing.
When I get money, oh.
I mean, if maybe it's buying our flights, yeah, by all means, I don't mind getting on hotels.
with the way flights are right now, these flights are like.
see, I'm totally gonna sponsor a honeymoon in Greece.
What's that place in Greece called?
Santo.
Santorini.
Santorini, and what was the other one? Mykonos? Or...
Mykonos.
Yes.
My kind of
I mean, I'm
chocolate
gonna be
cake.
like the third wheel, but I totally don't mind. I'm just gonna be like, what do you guys need for my niece and nephews to be,
I need you to stay as
conceived?
I said I must be very dull because I was thinking Sparta and Athens.
In his face.
It is in Greece, so I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you're in the right country.
yep, at least you're in the right country, right continent as well. So
That's how you know when somebody's from the US and when somebody's from Europe, because people don't go to Athens.
As you're going to Athens, you want it. You got
All
me
right.
301.
I know, right?
This is Sparta. I'll be that hunchback guy.
All
Don't
right,
kick
all
me
right,
out.
all right. Ndah, what's your question, man?
My question. So my question. This is my question. My question. Also, Bell and Suru, the Bolimas. A lot of people, a lot of couples, or usually go to like pre-wedding therapy. Did you guys do that? I mean, it's not necessarily, just asking just to see if you guys experienced that, and if you did, how was it? I know some of us, we already have therapy in our home, so with our parents. So I just curious to see if you guys did.
Yeah, we did it. We had a whole school, and we had to complete it before the wedding. So we had to get a certificate of completion.
And also,
Went through
did
that.
that like help you guys, or like, obviously I know my guy married, so I don't know. Maybe Cassie
Yes.
can let us know. I don't know.
What am I letting people know about? Hold on. What?
Nothing, bro. No,
Yeah,
just
so to answer the question, so the book definitely, I mean, it's one of those philosophical and psychological books that there are things that you already think about, but it adds a deeper meaning to it, right? An extra element where you like, oh, I didn't think about this. So that's one of the things that we found out from the readings, that there's a lot more to just, because I think we're just at the surface, but the book actually went a lot deeper into a lot of things.
cool.
You guys, even when you're out of school, you are still reading book. Okay.
What do you get there to when you leave the streets?
Yeah, I'm a signboard in the street. So
And
Billboard.
also, I received to add to your question, another thing that helped us when we were done with the book, we had a class, and other couples attended the class. So it was also great to, for example, when they asked a question, everyone in class had to go, every couple had to answer. It was great to hear different answers, how people do different things. Like Mabel said, one marriage will not work for everybody. It's all different. So we may have our own answer, another couple had theirs, and we learned from that, we picked, and it was great. It was awesome. And then most of the couples there were young couples. They were young couples.
Then there was one, the people that were teaching, they were like, what, 40, 30 years into the marriage. They're talking about experiences.
That's nice. Different granules.
different granules, man. Different granules. All right. Miss British,
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
what's your question for the
Ma'am.
bride or for the groom?
I was going to ask both of you, separately, how many kids do you want? Like, do you want separate? Did you want separately, or have you guys had a conversation about how many kids you want together?
That conversation is pending, but I like even
But how-
numbers because I don't want my kids to be like. It's weird having an odd number of kids.
Mama, how
So
many?
how-
2. Preference, boy, girl.
Well, it doesn't even matter what donor wants, because at the end of the day, who's carrying it? So
Who's putting it inside?
Who's putting it?
Like I told you,
How would the carry even start?
that's what you say. You put it, but I told the woman controls it. If the woman tells you I'll get pregnant, she'll get pregnant. There's nothing you can do about it. You think you think you know it. You think you
Me
can
no man no make
I
mistake.
don't know.
You think
Put
your
Siri
plan
inside
going
something
to
cause
be strong until the woman tells you I'm pregnant.
Please, what's
I
the
don't
plan?
know if Siri believes in this, but there's something called Plan B and termination. So
hey, I said Karen,
Younger generation.
Karen,
There's
Quinke, I
no
beg.
plan B and there's no termination.
It's always plan A,
Younger
No, but
generation.
that's why the men always think they can decide how many kids
Yeah.
or when they have kids. No, the women decide when you're gonna be a dad and how you're gonna be a dad.
Yeah, but also, with having kids, in America, honestly, you have to sit down, you talk about your finances, you talk about your health, because it's not only about people telling you. You have people saying, "Oh, I can't wait for you to have kids. I want to babysit." And the day you give them that child, yeah, everybody's phone is off. They're changing numbers. So honestly,
Not me, I'll be here.
It's okay. I live an hour and 30 minutes. I'll be here.
until the day I have kids, that's when I will know. As for one, I know Nadia cannot babysit my kids.
Never,
No,
never.
never.
First of all,
Nadia, take your kids to the playground, push them,
Abandon them.
abandon them, lose them, and come back home. No.
No, remember, I left the kids there. Oh
so
my God.
all
So
of you people
it
that are
sounds like
saying this
I'm the
thing right
only
now know that
babysitter here.
this thing is recorded. This is proof. When that
No.
baby starts crying,
Yes,
okay.
thank you, Aristide. And
So
British.
I'm the only
like I
babysitter
said,
here.
finances really come to play because you want to think, okay, are your kids going to go to a private school? Are they going to go to a public school? Okay, do they go to daycare? Or do you have someone staying at home for you to pay them? All of that, those are finances you have to talk about when you have kids. You don't just have kids. So,
Also, where you are mentally. If
yeah.
you want to be constantly in this child's life, you have time to balance your life with 3, 4, 2 kids. There's so many things that go into just having children than just, oh, I want 3, I want 4 kids. There's
Yeah.
too many. It's not only financial. Because I feel like if you're not in a good mental space, you should not be having children, because then you're going to scar your kids because of your own mental trauma. So I agree.
What do you know about
Eh,
that?
In
Karen,
case
what do
speaking
you know
from
about that?
She's
experience.
right, because you have women that are meant to be mothers, and you have women that will just bring kids to the world. Those are two different scenarios. Women that are meant to be mothers are mothers that are there for their children. Those are the mothers that the man is even like, okay, you know what? If you say, if for example, if I was teaching, say, Bernard, are we going out? Bernard said, wait, let me talk to my wife first. Because he knows the struggle his wife is going through at home with the children. A child that turns to the mother for everything, before, if there is a curse, he runs to mommy before daddy. All of those things, you want to be mentally prepared as a mother that will be there for your children, not just a woman that brings a child to the world. A woman that brings a child to the world just brings a child wherever she wants to go. She leaves a child there and she goes. For example, I'll take for example Belna's sister. She travels the world with 3 kids, at least 2-3 times a year. Let me tell you, I look at her all the time. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but she just gives me the strength. She makes me know that women are powerful. Because that, to me, that is a mother. A mother, someone that wherever she's going to, she goes with her children. You find her in the airport with special on her back, with wrapper. She tied her across her chest, trying to check in because she's not trying to pull a stroller and all of that. You have those mothers that by the time they want to take that trip, they're gonna leave the child somewhere. To me, you're not a mother. That does not make you a mother. You are just a woman that brought a child to the world. So there is a difference between a mother and a woman that brought a child to the world.
Una
Nadia,
no.
why are you laughing?
Nadia, please listen.
Why are you laughing, Nadia? Why are you laughing?
Nadia, I don't know what they are saying, but me and you will be a good babysitter if you wanted to babysit the kid. I don't think that you go and leave the child in the park. At least you still have my support when it comes to that.
Dropping the kids off safely after 3 hours.
After
Who's the
3
best
hours,
babysitter on this panel? I need to know who's the best babysitter here.
You probably. There you go.
No. Let Barry and Belner and Sidi answer that question. Who will be the best babysitter?
Competition.
Me? Of course, me.
So, right,
I know that
if
when
you
it
want
comes
your
to
kids to go to the club, call Carson. If you want your kids to be spoiled, those kids that if they just say, I want a game, I want a dad, call Aristide. Yes. If you want your kids to end up on the soccer field, call Uncle Blesso. Call Bangwa. Your kids will come back with torn clothes and probably speaking pidgin. They will not even know proper English. If you want your kids to live on pizza and fast food and that,
Right, don't even try.
and slay.
and slay. God.
When I kids to learn Parkinson's disease, we will call Nadia.
If you want your kids to come back speaking another language, be taken care of. Being a mother, call Divna.
Wow.
So answer the question.
When your kids
Answer
to be
the
speaking
sitter.
British,
If you want your kids,
If
if you want your kids to be taken care of, right? I always say, I always tell everybody, my little sister is crazy. Cindy is, she's a crackhead.
we know.
But I would trust my kids with you.
Period.
Yeah.
Periodically.
We're all gonna remember this.
Over me.
Karen had made it clear to me, I would be that auntie that just wants to spoil your kids.
Rich Auntie Karen.
Yeah, so I don't trust you.
I'm
Karen
going
is
to
like,
but I'll take good care of them. You can ask Bernard. I take very good care of my siblings.
Those are
Like
siblings, yeah.
very good care of my siblings.
Over me.
Nah, I trust Karen on that one.
See, thank you. Thank you,
Look,
everything.
when it's
everything
time
I
for-
take very good care of my
I
siblings.
can vouch for Karen.
When it's time for little Belle or little Mama to go and do their nails, trust Karen. You know,
There you go.
I have a little auntie.
I'll be there. I'm very good with kids. You guys don't even know.
If I want my kids to wear tank top and all of that, I'll send them to Nadia.
Hey,
I beg, let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm
Queen
gonna
K, I know that you have a very special question you are going to ask. So let's give you more time. But before you ask, let's do segment number 2, which is Carson's Corner. Carson's Corner. I'm
No,
going to
this
start
is
up
not
Carson's
happening.
Corner.
This is not happening. I
I'm going
thought
to-
we were done with this thing.
You thought, and you are a thought,
Hey,
and you have not finished thoughting. So we are not done with it.
Hey,
Let me
You
start
don't
this
kill me
Carson's
today.
Corner off.
you kill me today.
Carson, what did you do all wedding weekend? What did you do? How were you helpful?
How was that helpful? Okay. Here's how it was helpful. I was doing all the running arounds and making sure that the groomsmen were well taken care of. When they needed singlet, who was there to buy? It was me. When they needed socks, I still supplied some, but who was there to buy the extra ones? It was me. When they needed water, who came and asked the bridesmaids if they were thirsty? Who was there to supply it? Was it who? It was me. When the guys drank and they said they were dehydrated, they needed Pedialyte. Who was there to go and supply it? It was me. I rest my case.
A picture that I drank, you are not the one who bought it, though.
I was the one who bought it. What do you
No.
mean? I bought that thing and brought it.
The groom bought it for me, please.
Oh, I bought Pedialyte for the rest of the other guys. Please,
So with all that you have said, are you proud?
I'm very proud of what I did. My
More singlet,
accomplishments.
you go, you know, buy white singlet, you buy gray
I
singlet.
bought, matter of fact, I even bought all white. That you wore one. The groom, what did he wear on his wedding day? The same singlet. I bought a black one too. Who wore it? Me and the gray one. Who wore the other one? Aristide and some other people. I'm just saying, I was a supply man, you know. And then the day before the wedding, who organized the hangouts, you know? It was who? It was me. I rest my case.
That hangout that we did not attend.
The one that you people skipped because you went and bought the wrong dress.
Shots fired. That you have a question for Carson.
No. I'll leave that to you, man.
Thank you. Carson's Corner has ended as of this moment, please. People kill me here.
All right.
What was that?
Queen K. What you
Karen,
got
don't say
for
anything,
us?
please. Okay. You can go. I thought you were about to say something about me.
No, Carlson, I've decided I'll leave you alone. I think we've made an alliance that we have agreed to. No more.
Mm-hmm.
We've mended our relationship, you guys. Amen.
Amen.
But okay, this is my question. So I know with marriage, not everything is happy and dandy and is going to be smooth sailing. There's always one point in a couple's life where things are at its lowest. The couples are irritated with each other, the romance isn't there, like they're just clashing heads. So I'm not saying that it will never happen with you guys, but it most likely will, because it does happen to majority of couples. But when that does happen, I want you guys to answer it separately. What is it that you do? Like, what will you have to keep on reminding yourself about? What steps will you guys take to get to that? Because I'm you just have to prepare yourself. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's just, but just in case. Yes, that's my question.
Take a first stab at it. This guy is like this very annoying guy. I make up my bed the other day, she came and change the pillows. Can you imagine? Leave my pillows the way they are. Anyway, to answer the question, right? So, one of the questions that we had in during the premarital counseling was about purpose. So, for example, most companies have a mission statement, right? So it's the same thing with your marriage. You have a purpose, you have a mission statement. I'm not going to tell you what that mission statement is, but that's something that we are both aligned on, right? So if at any point in time we find ourselves drifting away from that mission statement, we just have to find ourselves back on that path. Straight and simple.
Mama,
You don't talk.
they said answer separately. What you don't talk am?
Communication. If it's communication, right? Like taking yourself back there, you have to communicate. And like I said, don't wash your laundry outside. So you learn to keep it inside. So yes, Blesso, I won't call you and say that your brother do something. I will not call you.
And I just learned how to utilize the block function on my phone the other day. So
Okay, can I say something real quick? I'm sorry. So yes, I agree with don't wash your laundry outside, whatever it is, right? But in a sense, I'm a firm believer of hearing it from a different perspective. Like yes, obviously husband and wife, that's the main category. But I feel like, because when I do something and I get mad with someone in particular, I always want to see like the outside looking in, because sometimes there's some things that I just can't see from the person that I'm getting mad at, because I'm just so blurred in that I'm mad at you that I refuse to listen to anything that you're saying until somebody else is like, Karen, mainly my little sister, she's my go-to person. I don't go and tell everybody, but I go and tell her, where she's like, Karen, you're seeing it wrong. You're seeing like this, that, and the third. So I feel like, yes, keep it between you two, but just have that one designated person that can just tell you guys like you're doing too much, if that makes sense.
Hey, cousin, I disagree with that 155.2%. The reason is because if you only have one person that you go to, right, at some point in time, they're going to use that information against you. Secondly, this person is not seeing the other side of the equation. They're seeing your side. No matter how much you explain to them what you think the other person is feeling, they will never ever get it from the other side. So every single time you go to this person, it's one-sided. And trust me, most of the time they'll pick your side. And that's not gonna be the right side. So at the end of the day, you have to sit down with that person, meaning your person, not the outside person, and understand their point of view, why they did what they did, why they're feeling, how they're feeling. And that's how you figure it out. If you keep having to run to this designated person versus going to your person, bad idea.
No, I'm all for going to your own person. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to your wife. Obviously, that's the first person to do. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just I'm saying it's a relationship with my sister because Rose is never biased with me. Rose will always tell me if I'm wrong or right. It's very irritating, but I don't know. But
So okay, so the second question here is that if okay, Rose is in question. So if Rose says you do this, do you rethink or do you just take what she says?
I rethink actually.
Okay,
If
now so you're rethinking based on what you're being told on the outside versus what's happening on the inside.
That's true. That's true. But then by me rethinking, it makes me have a different perspective. Like, oh, okay, I'm
Okay.
clearly not listening. So
So you take it back to the person, right? But now you're
yes, and
taking it
then
back
I
to the
take it back
person
to
with
the
outside
person.
information and you're trying to use it against them to make
No,
it
I'm not
point.
trying to use it against them. No. I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see it as this way. But now that I have, because you can be so blocked with the anger with the person that you just refuse, me personally, that I refuse to just listen to anything that you say. That's the problem I have with myself and I'm working. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, I don't know. Let me just.
Let's hear what Mabel has to say about this. Mabel, what you think?
I think like I agree with the honest perspective of not taking it out there. I mean, I always tell Rudy like, don't wash your dirty laundry in public. Like, not even with me. At the end of the day, I feel like therapy doesn't just end before marriage. I feel like therapy has to continue even after marriage, and that's when you bring up situations like this. Like when you have problems, you go to a therapist. I mean, she's like she's neutral. She doesn't take sides, and I feel like even after marriage, even though I know it's like not common in like the African community, but I feel like going to therapy even after marriage, not waiting to things are bad, just going for like, how do they say, prevention is better than cure. Like, I feel like that would be like a good option for something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get a British touch on this. Miss British, shine some light on this. You get what I mean?
I actually agree with Mabel. When Karen was speaking, I did agree with her until Belna questioned her. And then when he questioned her, I realized like he's actually right. But I do think you guys should do therapy. And I always tell this to Sarah as well, like especially like with our family, like a lot of therapy and psychology, African parents don't really understand that. So they don't take to it. But I feel like with your marriage, you should definitely include therapy and do it regularly. So yeah, I agree with Mabel.
Right on. Let me hear another guy's opinion. Carson, come on, tell us what's up.
Nah, I mean, both of them make solid points though. Just like how Belner questioned Karen, as far as like when you're confiding in someone else or when you're explaining your situation to someone else, you're gonna be doing it based on your perspective. But just like how you can tell a story in Karen's defense, you can also tell a story in third person where you're giving the entire situation as much as you can. Obviously, it's not going to be complete, but you can do it as best as you can. And so, some people, if they're honest with you and if they're actually your friend, they would actually give you their honest perspective, which is something you then take internalize and then bring things back to where the scenario was. Yes, you're using outside information, but yes, you're also considering that this is outside information that's going to help me with the same thing. So I think both of them make solid points. You can do both. It just depends on what the situation is and if you're going to be open and honest and actually give everything, not to try to favor yourself, but actually give your honest opinion as best as you possibly can. Now, a point of view is going to matter heavily, yes, but sometimes you can actually give the clear picture to where the person understands. And if that person is someone who's also witnessed things, firsthand, they can also see for themselves and actually give you great advice. So I think both of them make great points. I wouldn't necessarily say Karen is completely wrong. Karen is partially right, and so is Belle partially right as well too with that.
Sometimes you can talk sense. So I saw Nadia shaking her head. Yes, Nadia, was it making sense?
Yes, I think yeah. Everyone was pretty well rounded. It's always good to keep things in your marriage within your marriage, but I think it's also important to kind of look at things from the outside. Um, so I think everyone touched on things pretty well. I hope you guys can hear me too, and I speak.
Yep, we can hear. Right on.
But
So
one thing Belle did say though that was correct is the fact about telling just one person. I think I completely agree with him on that part. Yeah, I don't think it should just be one person. I think you should have more than one person. Not for the same thing, obviously, for different things, because that one person might, you're just giving them too much ammo to just use against you.
I think it also depends on details. Of course, like, when you confide in people, you don't have to tell them every single thing that went wrong. But of course, if you're like vague and you're general, there's some things that you can learn by just giving maybe like scenarios, or simulations. So, telling other people doesn't necessarily mean you have to tell them everything. You know. So I think Aristide has his hand up too.
Ndah, what you got?
Yeah, finally my turn. But I was gonna say that while I understand, Belle, your perspective on this, and again, we'll go back to the analogy of granuts, different type of granuts. But me personally, I feel like I do agree that you should never let dirty your laundry, like put your dirty laundry out in the open. And I feel like this is not even what it is. It's like just for me, when I've ever had issues, especially with relationship stuff, I'll go and talk to one person that I know is very has sense. For example, I'll talk to my uncle who's like 60 some years old. We'll sit down and we'll chat. And going back to Carson's point, I think if you have friends that are like they're not just there to take your side, they're there to listen to you because you're not always gonna have access to a therapy in every situation. There's some situations where you get so pissed, you're like, I'm out. I need to talk to somebody, I need to do something. And if you don't have that, you could potentially put yourself in a situation where, I don't know, you do something that you regret. So for me, I feel like in order to cool off, you need that one person or two, even not saying that every little detail, every little issue that you have in your relationship, in your house, you should go and tell them no. But when it reaches that level that you don't have anywhere else to go, you need somewhere to you need somebody to just listen to you. Sometimes you don't even need people to tell you what to do. When people actually listen to you and you hear yourself, you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I need to chill out. So for me, I think that's my idea. Again, kudos. I love therapy, and I think everybody should be in therapy. I want to go to therapy. You know what I mean? I
I'm
go
a
to therapy.
therapist.
But
That
I
was
just feel like,
needed.
yeah, that's my take.
Right on. My own therapy is drinking Kowata Gary. My brain resets. Anyway, that you mentioned uncles, right? And it reminded me of the wedding weekend, and we talked about advices earlier. And I think the best advice I got or I heard someone give Belle and Siru that weekend. I'll say the advice and then you can guess who said it. The advice was, and I hope only adults are listening. The advice was, Donna. So if you sleep on the woman, and they were like, has this not been happening? He was like, no. Now you can do it without shame. You are not hiding anymore. And then whoever said that turned around and asked me, do you know so and so person? That's my son. I was like, yes, of course I know him. Tell him to stop hiding and come into public. Belda, do you know who I'm talking about?
So yes, sir. And Karen does too.
Who gave you this advice?
Karen, who gave us the advice?
Advice/warning.
It sounds like our Uncle Jerry.
No, very closer to you than Uncle Jerry.
Very closer to me than Uncle Jerry.
Let's just say that
you deep in the same group with this person.
let's
my father! My father!
Let's just say that Miles has been warned.
Speaking of mouse, where is my partner? What's going on?
So
I
it's
thought
now you're
that,
realizing
I
your
thought that
partner
you were
is
going
not
to
here.
show up with him, hand in hand.
But yeah, you guys are supposed to pull everyone. Where's Blandine?
So it's now you're realizing your partner is not here.
I'm telling you, after the fact.
No,
It's like how
Please,
you forget about. It's like how you
partnership
forget
ended.
with stinky.
Partnership ended 2 weeks ago, Nadia. People should.
Not all, oh, not all.
Uh-oh.
If you
Apart
know,
from Siri and Belner.
my friend, get out of here, man.
If you know, you know, like Belle said. Anyway, before we close up, before we wrap things up, with all the advice that you guys got over the weekend, I think you guys have heard more than enough advices. Now, let's flip the table, right? What advice do you two have for single people, the
We
unmarried
must hear
people
the
on this panel right now? Advise
So are we
us.
starting from friend to boyfriend to fiance, or are we going straight to marriage?
Advise
Um,
let's
us.
start with can we at least find boyfriends and girlfriends? Let's start with that one first. Let's not even jump to marriage because we don't even have the boyfriend and girlfriend to go to marriage. So
Just advise us. Relationship, everything.
Relationship, just be yourself. Um, Believe that the right one is out there for you. You don't have to do anything for it. For also, once you get the right one, saying you don't have to do anything for it is like some girls feel like you have to come and cook, you have to clean, you have to be a wife material to a boyfriend. No, you don't have to. Don't do that. The boy would see you for who you are. You don't have to come and cook and clean in order to get that ring. And even when you get it, a lot of people told me, oh, if I were you, I'm engaged, I'm moving out, I'm going to live with my fiance. That's you. I'm traditional. I want to live with my mom, go through the right path, the right way. Not that your way is not right, but I want to go my way. And my way was, and he understood it, which was really, that's where communication comes in. It's like, okay, I'm not going to live with you. I'm going back to my family and we're going to go through the right steps, which is for us as Cameroonians, you go through Ndah, you go through wine carrying, and you even go through greetings before Ndah, wine carrying, traditional wedding. Then that's the night you even go to that man. Not that you just pack your stuff. So I wanted to go through all that. And to me, that was just awesome that I did that. So it's up to you. However, I just tell everybody, don't force it. Just be yourself. And trust me, it's going to come. And for marriage is also don't feel like, how some people are like, oh, I'm not married, I'm getting old. And please, age is not a number. My little brother said you're only as old as you feel. So please don't push it, don't rush it. You would rush it and you will get into the wrong hands, which I don't pray for any one of us, but just pray for your right one. And also understand the reason why you're saying I do. That one thing I love about being married is the fact that I blessed it in front of God. Why? Because I do has a lot of meaning behind it. You want to know the reason why you're saying I do. Does it sit well with you? Does it sit well with your partner? Don't just say I do because everybody just came up there and they see you do. Yes, I do. I do. Yes, I will love you forever and ever for them to us part. No, there is a meaning behind it. Are you ready to work for that I do? And yes, we party all weekend, we keep going party after party. That is wedding. Honestly, guys, I'm in the marriage right now and nobody is here with me. Thank you all for being there with me throughout the wedding, but this is the marriage. Where you see that shining granite out there, until you open it, you don't know what is in there. So we were just looking at it, it was shining there. We have opened it, we are in there. So you want to understand and you want to put God first. Honestly, if find someone that will push you spiritually, will push you because a lot of things do go wrong, a lot of things do happen, and you just have to find peace somewhere. And that place that you will find peace with you and your husband, you and your partner in the house is with God. So just place everything in his hands and
Right on.
yeah.
Right on. I think that was very deep. I mean, one thing I really picked out of that was know the reason you're saying I do. I've never heard that before, but Okay, oh. The Onino.
Yeah, you have said I do. It's like you're preparing to say it sooner than later.
Actually, that wedding weekend just, let me speak for myself. You see something so beautiful, it happens and everything is just perfect, and the urge of wanting to get married after seeing people get
It was only me.
let me just leave it at that. Let me not continue. Anyway, the Nino, what advice do you have for the unmarried?
This guy gave a 5-minute speech. You want me to give advice again? How?
We want the chef's, what do they call it? Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. That's it now.
No, I beg, give us advice now. I'll give the unmarried people advice. Where?
Well, I guess I'm not qualified to give marital advice. Anyway, so I mean, my advice can be very meaningful or very meaningless because you guys know me very well, right? I'm not the kind of person that will go and sit and listen to a motivational speaker because after 1 hour I am the one and not do anything that they want me to do. So it's the same thing, right? You just have to do what's best versus doing what's best for someone else, right? Because people are going to tell you that, for your marriage to succeed, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. That's just white noise. You always have to do what's best for your marriage, right?
Speak louder for the people in the back.
One thing many people don't know is that for the longest time, our relationship was long distance. But many people don't know this because we didn't make the time to always reconnect and connect, spend time with each other. And eventually now we are kind of, I guess, enjoying or reaping the benefits of going through those tough years. And I mean that's literally what it is, right? Being able to withstand that toughness. Because guess what? People would do long distance and then after 2 months they're like, nah yo. And then, it's done. But if you can handle it, go through the highs, go through the lows, in the end, you're gonna definitely reap the benefits. So pretty much, if you do find your person, if you think you found your person, just I guess stay the course, go through life together, ask tough questions, just be aligned on your goals, and eventually, you'll be saying, I do.
See.
See.
All right. Well, if there's one thing I'd like to say right now is I would like to thank you I guess, for meeting each other, for putting this together, bringing all of us together. I mean, you guys gave me the opportunity to meet people that I've never met before. I had never met or spoken to Miss British. I had only spoken to Nadia virtually, but I actually got the chance to meet her. Met Mabel in person. So thank you guys for this moment, and it was a fantastic weekend. In fact, I want to go back to that weekend. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I want to go back to that weekend. So thanks again for that, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Now You Know podcast. Remember, you can find us on Twitter at Now You Know One and on Instagram at NYK Podcast. This is your boy Blesso. Tonight I had Chef Carl, Aristide, Leo Nino, Mama, Nadia, Mabel, Queen K. Did I forget anybody?
Cindy.
Hello, Governor.
And the one and only Miss British.
Thank you.
It has been a fun conversation, and thank you all again. Thanks for making the time to talk. And until next time, peace.